The misinformation surrounding the pagan origins of Easter often resurfaces during the spring season, particularly around the Christian holiday of Easter. While some claims can be easily dismissed, others, rooted in a kernel of truth, present a more challenging task to address. One such claim suggests that Easter is linked to the ancient pagan goddess Eostre, a deity associated with fertility, bunnies, eggs, and spring festivals. The supposed connection between Easter and Eostre has circulated widely, leading many to question the holiday's Christian origins. To delve into the truth behind this claim, we turn to the writings of the Christian monk Bede, also known as the Venerable Bede, who lived in the late 7th and early 8th centuries in the Anglo-Saxon kingdom of Northumbria. Bede's work, The Reckoning of Time, aims to establish a Christian calendar, including the calculation of the original date of Easter. In his book, Bede discusses various calendars, seasonal changes, and celestial movements to determine the timing of Easter. He also explores the origins of the names of the months in the Anglo-Saxon lunar calendar. One such month, Eostremonath, or Easter month, caught the attention of scholars. Bede reveals that Eostremonath was named after a pagan goddess known as Eostre, whom the Anglo-Saxons honored with feasts during that month. This acknowledgement by Bede provides a historical basis for the association between Easter and the pagan goddess Eostre. However, it's crucial to note that Bede's mention of Eostre is one of the few surviving references to this goddess. There is limited evidence beyond Bede's writings to confirm Eoster's existence or her significance in Anglo-Saxon paganism. Additionally, while Bede's account acknowledges the pagan origins of the term Easter, it does not necessarily imply a direct link between the Christian holiday and the worship of Eostre. Instead, it reflects the cultural context in which Bede was writing, where Christian practices often intersected with pre-existing pagan traditions. In conclusion, while Bede's writings provide insight into the etymology of the word Easter and its pagan roots, the precise nature of the connection between Easter and the goddess Eostre remains uncertain. The complex interplay between Christianity and pagan beliefs in early medieval Europe adds layers of complexity to our understanding of Easter's origins. According to Bede, there was indeed an Anglo-Saxon goddess named Eostre, who was purportedly celebrated during the month we now call April. Bede mentions that Christians now refer to the season commemorating Jesus' death and resurrection by that name. However, our knowledge about this goddess is incredibly sparse. Bede's single paragraph is the sole historical evidence we have for Eoster's existence. She does not appear in any other historical sources, and there is no archaeological evidence of her worship. In fact, the evidence for Eostre is so scant that many scholars have doubted Bede's account, speculating that he may have invented the goddess to explain the name of the month. However, recent scholarship suggests that Bede may have had some accurate knowledge of this deity, albeit based on vague cultural memories of a pre-Christian past. It's important to note that Bede likely did not have direct eyewitness accounts of Eoster's worship, as he lived several centuries after the conversion to Christianity. Highlighting the scarcity of evidence serves to underscore that any claims linking the cult of Eostre with specific practices or symbols are either educated speculation or outright fabrication. While there is some basis for linking Eostre with concepts like spring or dawn, any connections between Eostre and Easter eggs or rabbits are entirely unfounded and lack historical support. Therefore, it's essential to approach discussions about Eostre with a critical eye and recognize the limitations of our knowledge regarding this enigmatic goddess. Historical linguistics and comparative evidence can provide some insights into Eostre. It's essential to recognize the limitations of our knowledge and the speculative nature of any conclusions drawn from such sparse evidence. Dr. Philip Shaw, a prominent scholar in this area, suggests that Eoster's name derives from the Old English word for eastern, indicating a possible association with the direction east. Additionally, the presence of place names like Eastry in England lends some support to the existence of a pre-Christian goddess named Eostre. Moreover, linguistic analysis suggests a potential link between Eoster's name and the Proto-Indo-European word for dawn, indicating a possible connection to the dawn or the spring equinox. Archaeological evidence also supports this hypothesis, as festivals in April would align with the spring equinox, a significant event in ancient agrarian cultures. However, it's crucial to approach these conclusions with caution, as they rely heavily on conjecture and interpretation. The scant evidence provided by Bede's single paragraph leaves much room for speculation, and any claims about Eostur's attributes or associations must be viewed as speculative at best. In summary, while historical linguistics and comparative evidence offer some intriguing possibilities regarding Eostur's nature and significance, the true extent of her worship and influence remains shrouded in mystery. Further research and archaeological discoveries may provide additional insights into this enigmatic goddess, but for now, much of her story remains speculative. Shaw's examination of the linguistic evidence provides valuable clues about the possible nature of Eostur's worship and her role within Anglo-Saxon society. By tracing the etymology of her name to the Old English word for east, Shaw suggests a connection between Eostre and the eastern region or people of Kent. This interpretation offers a nuanced understanding of her significance, portraying her as a localized deity with ties to specific geographic and social contexts. Moreover, Shaw's discussion of comparative evidence from mainland Europe sheds light on the broader religious landscape of the Germanic world during the early medieval period. The discovery of Roman inscriptions dedicated to matron goddesses in Germanic territory suggests the existence of localized cults centered around female divinities. This evidence provides a framework for considering Eostre within the broader framework of Germanic religious practices, highlighting the diversity of deities worshipped by different communities. However, Shaw's theory also underscores the inherent challenges of interpreting fragmentary historical evidence and the limitations of reconstructing ancient religious beliefs and rituals. The scarcity of direct sources mentioning Eostre necessitates a cautious approach to drawing conclusions about her nature and worship. Despite these challenges, the study of Eostre offers valuable insights into the complex interplay between pagan and Christian traditions in early medieval England. Her association with the Christian festival of Easter reflects the process of cultural syncretism and the adaptation of pre-existing religious practices to new religious frameworks. In conclusion, while the details surrounding Eostre and her cult remain elusive, the scholarly inquiry into her origins and significance enriches our understanding of Anglo-Saxon paganism and its enduring influence on Christian tradition. Continued research and analysis may yield further insights into the enigmatic figure of Eostre and her role in shaping the religious landscape of early medieval England. Indeed, the claim that Easter has pagan origins is often exaggerated and lacks solid historical evidence. The use of the name Easter by Anglo-Saxon Christians does not necessarily imply a direct influence of the goddess Eostre on the Christian holiday. Instead, it likely reflects a pragmatic adoption of existing cultural terminology, much like the use of pagan names for days of the week. Moreover, the localized nature of the term Easter in English-speaking regions contrasts with the broader Christian tradition, where the festival is typically referred to by names derived from the Greek word Pascha or the Hebrew word for Passover. This highlights the regional variation in religious practices and terminology within Christianity. The idea of pagan influence on Easter can be traced back to the writings of 19th-century figures like Alexander Hislop, whose anti-Catholic bias led him to construct unfounded connections between Catholicism and ancient Near Eastern religions. Hislop's work, while influential in certain circles, lacks scholarly rigor and relies on speculative interpretations rather than empirical evidence. In the study of religion, it is crucial to approach historical claims with skepticism and demand robust evidence to support any assertions. While cultural influences on religious practices are undoubtedly significant, they must be substantiated through careful analysis of historical sources and archaeological findings. As our understanding of ancient religions continues to evolve, it is essential to critically evaluate the evidence and avoid propagating unfounded claims based on biased interpretations.